I think that the internet is going to be one of the major forces for reducing the role of government. The one thing that's missing, but that will soon be developed, is a reliable e-cash, a method whereby...
What's going on, everybody? My name is Baloo and welcome to the jungle. This is the channel where we take a very simple approach to technical analysis. We look at the price in the context of volume using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you leave me a follow on Twitch, or why don't you hit the subscribe button if you're joining in from YouTube. So in today's video, we want to just do a little bit of a market update. You know, we're kind of stagnant as far as the price production and what's going on with the charts. Let me just get my background music on here. So, you know, whenever there's kind of a slowdown, you want to analyze strength. You want to look for bearish indicators. You want to determine support levels and try and build a thesis into not only a potential extension target to the upside, but also a potential support target that would be an opportunity for a dip buy. So, you know, we are in a bull market. So overall, you know, we're bullish. Our bias needs to be to the upside. We're making higher highs, we're making higher lows, but that doesn't mean that we can't experience shakeouts and retracements. And those are quite volatile, especially if you happen to be the person who is fully exposed to the altcoin space. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into the charts. I'm going to start out here with Bitcoin on the CME chart. So here we are on CME. I've chosen CME because I don't have a lot of drawings on CME. So I'm just going to kind of approach it very fresh and kind of determine a little bit of price support levels. One of the most powerful things for you to be able to identify in a bull market, sure, I'll turn the music down a little bit, you wimp. There you go. One of the most powerful strategies is by just identifying support / resistance flips. So, you know, as we're breaking out some of the highs here, so let me just pull this up, you know, right here. This was our previous high. You know, that was an area of resistance, and you know, we bounced, we were rejected from that level, and then had our breakout, and then the breakout resulted in a sitting on top of the was resistance, now support. Identifying those support / resistance flips is really important. So let's go ahead and just draw an area here. Let's go with something like this. So we didn't quite come all the way down on CME, but you know, it's a range. You can draw this up a little bit higher, but I usually don't like to make these things that fat. So, you know, it's entirely up to you how you determine. So where are we right now? We have had an extension, really kind of lackluster. RSI is kind of showing a bit of, we're kind of sitting down level. We need to come when we're in a market condition. Flips are all you need. Through the resistance, the slowdown, we might land. Draw another support / resistance flip. We're going to kind of a long-term chart, so I'm just and then let's draw another. So underneath, in very lackluster, that we do down, and did we lose the stream? Lost the stream. Uh-oh. Okay, well, is anybody else is anybody still on the stream? Can I get a yes on the stream? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. You know, my stream labs didn't tell me that I was gone, but hey, you know, I'm streaming on Wi-Fi. Such is the life of a live streamer who is a traveler as well. So there you go. All right, cool. So yeah, you know, we're in an oversold condition currently, and I don't think that we really have the momentum for the breakout. Now, if we just draw a parallel channel here, let's just kind of, we could, let's move it around a couple different ways. We're kind of looking at it like this. So we spent some time in the oversold condition, got a little bit of an up thrust. The up thrust was rejected. We got back up with less momentum, barely got above that level, and now it looks as though we could head down to lower levels. So what are we looking at? We're looking at, you know, for a downside target of approximately $52,000 to $50,000. So if that does occur, you know, be prepared. We are in a bull market. So what is your trading strategy? Are you opening new positions at these levels? Are you preparing? Are you trying to front run an upside move? Typically, that's kind of a bad idea. And a lot of what we do in this space is about patience. You know, you have to have patience in the space. So, you know, picking your moments, even if they come at higher levels, pick your moments, pick those retracement days, buy the red, you know, sell the green. Easier said than done. I realize that there's a lot of new investors in this space, and they're really getting swept up in the momentum and the hype. I mean, crypto Twitter is just super hypey. Crypto YouTube is super hypey. Some of the, like, all the top YouTubers, they're just shill city. Everybody like, buy this coin, buy this coin, buy this coin, and it's all just these crappy little, like, small market cap hidden gem coins, and you can make money on them, but you know, you gotta kind of move some of those profits into a more secure asset. Typically, you know, you do you. But yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing, at least as far as the CME chart. The Bitcoin spot chart is actually not nearly as bad as that, although we are kind of taking a downside move here. So when we're looking at spot, we're, again, the ascending channel is still in play, and the $52,000 and $50,000 level is also in play, but we're kind of sitting on this level of support here that was kind of the reaccumulation after decline that we've been charting in the Discord. So, you know, we still have these tentative levels in play, and it's just we're in the middle of the channel. So it's decision time. Are we heading down or are we heading up? If we get another up thrust, we're going to need to break through this resistance. If we do break through that resistance and hold, that's going to be really, really bullish. But right now, it's just not looking like the momentum is there for us to get a move like that. So likely what occurs is, you know, we get that downside move to the lower end, maybe ride the bottom of the channel for a bit, and then head up. Be prepared. Be prepared for both instances. Are you in long-term holds? What are you going to do if we take a move to the downside? If you're in long-term holds, you'll probably do nothing. You may even add to the position. I'm not sure. If you're intraday trading or you're day trading, the trend is your friend. So get down to the smaller time frames and identify where the trend is, and position yourself in that trend. So it's very much decision time. I'm sitting this one out. I'm not adding to any new positions. I am not taking any new trades. I need to see commitment to the upside. And if we do get the commitment to the upside, I expect there to be significant upside. If we take a move to the downside, we're going to consolidate for a while. So, you know, we need to get the bullishness back into the space. And it's just, you know, we just you need to wait. Oftentimes these setups take a lot longer than we anticipate. You know, you find the bullish setup, you see the bullish price action, and you're like, oh my God, it's gonna go. And it often takes a lot longer. A nice exercise for you to kind of incorporate into your trading strategy as you kind of go forward and develop as a trader is assign an amount of time that you're going to wait on the trade. And what does that mean? You know, when we're looking at the charts every day, it's really easy to lose yourself and be like, man, we've been stuck at this level forever. Bitcoin's a stable coin, but in reality, only 4 days have gone by. So, you know, do your analysis, and maybe like the last time you came with an idea, place a date somewhere on the chart or something so that you can, there's like a shelf life to your idea, so that you can be like, well, I'm going to hold this trade for at least 2 weeks, or I'm going to hold it for 3 weeks or a month, you know, like assign a time frame to it so that you're not just looking at the charts every day and losing track as to what's going on, because it's a very easy way for you to really kind of expect. And expectation is really important. You need to eliminate expectation. You need to purchase confirmation. You need to position yourself on confirmation, but avoid any expectation. So realize that. Okay, so let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum is a lot weaker. I think that we are definitely in waiting mode. We are in wait and see mode with Ethereum. Just because of the EIP 1559 upgrade, a lot of people want to see what is going to happen when that protocol is implemented. So how is the supply factor going to contribute to the bullishness of the project, or are a lot of miners going to flee and make sure that, and go and mine other projects where the security then becomes an issue, and blah, 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 all the stupid narratives that are going around this asset. I think that Ethereum is a very valuable project. I am a long-term trader, and I hold a lot of Ethereum, and I am holding a conviction that Ethereum still has plenty of upside this cycle. So, I'm keeping it really simple. Short term, yeah, we could probably hit a downside move. That would be in confluence with anything that may happen with Bitcoin as well. But honestly, I'm not worried about Ethereum. A lot of people are very impatient on this asset because it hasn't, been performing as well. But I think that Ethereum's been doing just fine. Lots of adoption, lots of development. There's nothing wrong with Ethereum. What's going on? Successful? We just found out on the island breaking 50K would break our BTC parabola. Oh yes, you were charting a parabola on that. And that's, we're going to see bearish things come in. We're going to see the momentum slow down, and we're going to see reaccumulation take place. So it's nothing bearish. There's a lot of data to suggest that this bull market is not anywhere near over. Biggest thing that I see is just when you zoom out, go to the weekly chart on Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin here. Let's go to an American exchange for Bitcoin. Let's go with Coinbase. This is not a characteristic of volume that indicates a conclusion of the bull market. Bull markets have consistent climb in volume with a huge amount of volume that comes in at the later stages of the bull market. We have not even reached the mania phase. Those who are new to this space right now and are trying to determine where a top is, you'll know just based on the sentiment in the space. Retail hasn't even FOMO'd in yet. When we get above $100,000, that's when CNBC is going to be talking about Bitcoin every single day, or at least every couple of days, and then retail is really going to FOMO in. A lot of people think that Bitcoin's failed and that it's gone, and it was just a fun little project. Okay, moving on to the next thing, and stocks have been pumping, so everybody's really focused on stocks now. When people realize that Bitcoin is not over, and it actually is over $100,000, and the key thing is when we really drill home the fact that Bitcoin is not a currency, and that it is a store of value, and that you don't have to own one of them, people are going to FOMO in. There's a lot of misunderstanding. I have tons of friends who all I do is talk about blockchain. My wife, I talk about blockchain with, and it's a really foreign concept for a lot of people to try and understand. And I don't blame them. It's very new. It's a new thing, and we have nothing really to compare it to. And the word currency does not help. Having the word cryptocurrency really does not help our case in trying to explain this to people that just haven't given it the time of day. So retail is coming. They're slowly trickling in. We're seeing stock investors kind of dabbling in cryptos, but retail has not arrived yet. So just wait up. Yeah, when your neighbor says they opened a second mortgage to go all in on Ripple, we are near the top. Yeah, that's a pretty good indicator. Yeah. The last cycle, it was news stories saying so and so sold his house to go all in on Bitcoin. When you get the news story saying this person's going all in on crypto for this reason, that reason, and whatever, it's a red flag. Okay, That's the mania phase. You need to be aware of the mania phase. It's the most important part of these blow off cycles, is being able to identify and control your emotions in the mania phase. What the mania phase is when people who are uneducated on the space, basically their fundamental analysis consists of, is it a crypto? Okay, I'll buy it. That's it. When you identify that people are just trying to find, hey, is this a crypto? How do I buy it? Give me all my money. Let me give you all my money. That's it. That's the mania phase, okay? And we're not there. There's still a lot of hesitation. The fact that there's fear in the space tells me that we're nowhere near the top, okay? I have some pretty bullish targets. I have some more conservative targets as well. And if you would like to kind of know more about those targets, then, well, I keep my VIP channel up to date daily, posting profitable setups, checking out all the different altcoins, trying to find value, undervalued projects, and waiting for the hype to enter is the strategy that we focus on using the Wyckoff method. So if you are interested in joining VIP, links are in the description below. It's not actually on Twitch though, so here, let me go ahead and just link it in here. But if you are watching from YouTube, links are down below. Here it is in Twitch. How's it going, Gravy Train? Didn't see you sneak in there. All right, so let's take a look at some of the other top cryptos. So let's take a look at Cardano on the US dollar pair. Let's get down to a smaller time frame. Let's go to the 4 hour. So this is, we're kind of do or die here with Cardano. Well, do or die. I mean, I'm bullish overall on Cardano. It's just a lot of these cryptos are kind of showing us, are we ready for lower levels, or are we ready to kind of take off? We do have kind of a bullish reaccumulation here. However, the overall structure of this is kind of showing a little bit of the bearish side. So the most notable and just easy to understand and easy to identify is just the curvature of this consolidation. So we kind of we're making the highs, the extensions are reducing, and we tentatively have a double top right now. Double top, I don't want to get into it. It's not an indication of a top, but it's an indication of an equal high. And an equal high means a decision point. And a decision point, we need to see if we make a lower low. Right now, let me show you what I'm talking about here. So, we have a high, we have a low, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we got a lower low. Okay, our first lower low, and then an equal high. So it's decision time. It's decision time. Do we need to come down and make a lower low? And then this turns into a much longer term accumulation. I think that would make sense, honestly, because a lot of people are really hyped about Cardano, and they still don't have the smart contracts. They still don't have the smart contracts. They've just created a coin ecosystem where they can have multiple coins on the same platform, but they still don't have smart contracts. Okay, so I don't know the release dates. All I know is that Cardano is pretty good at delays. Okay, thank you, successful. I appreciate the endorsement. Yeah, we try and eliminate a lot of the noise and stay level-headed. Our targets are achievable. If you're in any other group and you just find it really noisy and you don't know what to pay attention to, that's the biggest focus in my server. I try to make the information very easy to find. It's an index. I have all the information indexed. If you're not in a server every single day and you're not seeing every single message that comes into that server, if that's not you, which is fine because swing traders often make more money anyways, then give my server a shot. Because all the information is readily available, easily accessible. You don't need to filter through all of the noise. It's very well organized, and that's kind of my approach, because I'm a swing trader. I want to be able to just pop in, find the info, make the trade, and get out. Okay, so that's Cardano. Another one that I want to take a look at is well, we looked at Ethereum, we looked at Cardano. What was the third one? VeChain. Yeah, VeChain's been doing really well, but we're up against a area of resistance right now. Okay, so Oh, actually, no, we broke through. So last time we spoke, we were in this channel. So we're in the channel now. We're in overbought condition currently. So, but this is kind of like a catch-22 because we're making gains on it. So I think last time I mentioned this in the stream, I did say if you want to take a position in VeChain, you got to buy the breakout, and breakouts are actually quite hard to buy because you got to sit at the screen and monitor them. The other way that you could buy a breakout is you could just take a level and do a purchase, a limit buy at a higher level, like a limit stop order. But you know, there's no guarantee that we don't just kind of slowly tick up there and then it retraces once it hits. It's better to buy the breakouts on these. Currently, we're in oversold condition, so proceed with caution. Now, if we really zoom out and look at the past on VeChain and try and get some, actually we can't because VeChain swap chains. So VET is no longer VEN. It hasn't been for a very long time. I realize that, but we don't have the previous data from the previous cycle to make a comparison on support and resistance. So technically we're in blue sky breakout on VeChain. So we're just going to kind of wait and see on how this kind of, momentum plays out. Very risky to take a position here. Now, if you were to take a position, if you are the type that just can't wait and you want to front run, now front running requires a lot of skill. You need to be really convicted to your analysis. But a way for you to limit risk, which is the number one way for you to protect yourself in this market, is with position sizing, stop losses, and position sizing. Position sizing, stop losses, and understanding, scaling in. You don't have to go all in at any point in the market. It's better to scale in. So if you have a bullish idea, okay, we're here, and you're like, you know what? I just have a feeling, which is a very bad way to trade, but hey, we all have been there. I just have a feeling we're going to break out here. Take a small position, take an entry position, or what we refer to as a probe position. The probe position captures your attention, okay? It involves you into the trade. You get to see the P&L on that, and then, you wait for a breakout. If you get a breakout on the probe, because, you'll see in your portfolio balance that you're increasing, or you have a probe position and it does retrace. That way you're covered if it goes up, and you're covered if it goes down because you're liquid. It's really important to be liquid on the retracement so that you can capitalize on those opportunities, because those are the most juicy opportunities. You have to buy the retracements. The new investor always chases the green. They always chase the green, and it's a really hard emotional battle to be able to control that. But if you can just say no, say no to the green, and buy the red, buy the dip days after you have confirmation of strength, that alone, that one thing alone will make you so much more successful in this market. It's the biggest thing that you can learn to control, is that FOMO. I'm missing the pump. Control that. It's a trap. Okay. Thanks for all the endorsements, guys. Really appreciate that. So that's basically it. Another one that I want to take a look at is Woo. So Woo's been looking pretty good. We kind of got a breakout. We haven't fully committed to it yet, but I'm watching this one. Woo has been one that we got in. We were given shout outs on this one. I think I posted it when it was down in this area, just below the resistance, kind of one of these LPSs. And since the time of posting, we have gone up 66%. So, and we haven't even left the consolidation yet. There's a lot of upside potential in Woo. Do your own research. This is never intended to just be a call out channel. I try to educate you guys. I try to show you what's right. I try to show you how to break a chart down, identify strength, and make your own decisions, because until you're making your own decisions, you're not going to do well. A trader is self-reliant. The group is intended to nurture you into becoming a good trader. And that doesn't, yes, I post my charts, I post my setups, and we all post what we're doing. But the bottom line is, until you are making your own decisions, you're not going to be consistently successful. So that's the culture that I nurture in the group. The trader is self-reliant. All right, so we'll open it up to the group here. Open it up to chat. Any charts that you wanted me to take a look at. Let's just go through and see a couple of these. YFII has been kind of messing around for a bit. A lot of hype is just gone from this YFI network, the YFII, all of those ones. Just it's still healthy looking though. You know, it's a nice bottoming pattern. We can kind of identify the right here at the seller's climax. Drag that over to the automatic rally right here, currently underneath resistance. So, you know, we got our sign of strength, but you know what, I think this is an upthrust. So let's go ahead and label a few of these. So for those who don't know, this is the style of analysis we do in the group. It's Wyckoff analysis, and it is identifying strength in a trading range with using volume and price candle signals that occur that are typical inside of the space. It's not a new technique. It's been around for a very long time. It was invented in the 1920s by a crazy stock operator called Richard D. Wyckoff, and I have found extreme success learning this method. It's been the most helpful method for controlling emotion, eliminating fake outs, and just understanding where you are in the market cycle. So let's go ahead and label a few of these. This is the automatic rally. And we have our secondary test. So these 3 points right here, crash course in Wyckoff real quick. These 3 points right here, seller's climax, automatic rally, secondary test. That is phase A. Phase A, no, I don't need Twitter. Get away. Phase A is your trading range. It defines the trading range. Phase A is very volatile. You can see the amount of volume inside of phase A, and it doesn't taper off until later on in the cycle. And throughout phase B, we're just observing the price action. So that right alone, you know, that one thing right there is it's preventing you from taking a position because we're in reconnaissance mode. We're trying to determine strength, and this strength can take a long time. It can take a long time. You know, since the beginning of phase A, I don't think we've left phase B yet. And it's been 137 days. So, you know, you just set an alarm on it. You set an alarm on the channel. Add alarm. I'll actually put an alarm on this one because I don't mind watching this one. Anytime we are outside of the channel, once per bar, so once a day, just let me know if we're outside of the channel. And if we're outside, I'll come back and I'll take a look and I'll see what's going on. I'll analyze the strength. I'll take a look at the hints in the volume. And what we're seeing on YFII is we're not ready yet. So this, I'm going to call this an upthrust, secondary test, whatever you want to call it. Upthrust. I'll just label it upthrust. And down here, we have our secondary test in phase B. If you guys want more access to some of the PDFs and stuff, just join the free Discord down below. And this is also an upthrust. This did not yield. Why is this an upthrust and why is this not a sign of strength? There's no increase in demand. There's zero increase in demand in the volume. So this is just price going. Like nobody's running the show here except retail traders. The only person running the show is retail. There's no composite operator. There's no institutional investor. There's nothing. There's no high volume purchases. It's just a natural rally that is a false rally. So you can see that in the volume signatures. So there's no institutional participation here. So we're just contracting on the supply. We need to probably test down to lower levels. I don't know if we need to go all the way down there because that's kind of brutal. But we might. You know, people might think that this is completely dead. You know, $1,000 is not off the table on this one. Does that mean it's over? No, it just means that there's room to the downside and that this asset has not yet been completely accumulated. So yeah, just be aware, because I have not seen some of the other signals that we like to see inside of this asset or inside of any setup, like the jump across the creek. There's no defined jump across the creek on volume. The upthrust, you know, we kind of have a test. We can tentatively call this a test, but honestly, you know what? I'm just not even gonna label this one. This one's, we don't even know what it is. Only label the signals that make sense, and the signals, we don't have enough signals. So we're just waiting to see what goes on with this one. We might get some negative news on this one to get us back down to the lower end of the range. Very volatile set. You knew that going in. You know, you bought a very low circulating supply token, and when you buy those low circulating supply tokens, be prepared for volatility. You bought it thinking the volatility would be in your favor, but it can also go against you. So, you know, you made your bed, sleep in it. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at holy smokes. Everybody on YouTube. Way more people, way more requests on YouTube than on Twitch. Oh, woo. Keep going. Yeah, Cake had a big run, man, and I think a lot of the, like, there's no more liquidity coming into the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. I mean, there's a lot less than there was a huge rush of liquidity coming in. But yeah, we can go ahead and take a look at Cake. I hate Cake. I had a lot of Cake and I dumped it because I was just like, you know what, screw Cake, this is dumb. I don't give a damn about Cake. I don't want to hold some food token. That would have been like a $500,000 trade for me. It was a lesson learned, that's for sure. Okay, yeah, I had Cake down here, man. So we're reaccumulating on this one. We do have a support level down here. We may need to come down to that level, we may not, but let's just keep an eye on this kind of support level right around $8 to $7, somewhere in that range. We have a nice upside move, but we haven't made a higher high. So until we can make a higher high and break out some of these, some of the structure, we don't have any bullish confirmation. Move up here past 14. We don't have anything. Let's just wait. We have a bullish divergence on the daily. And that could just be what this local move is. It doesn't mean that we're done yet. So let's just kind of throw a line down. This is what I would do. Throw a line down. Go with something like that, a more conservative line. Let's see if we can get above it and stay above it. We'll have to see what the daily close does on this one. If we can get daily close above and hold it as support and start to break out some of the highs, then you might have a case being built that we're changing the trend. But right now, the trend is still down. We're making lower highs. You know, you'll say, oh, well, we made a higher low. Well, we don't know if we made a higher low if we keep going lower. That's the tricky thing. It's always about waiting for confirmation. Until we can break out the highs, we haven't changed the trend. Can I use the Wyckoff to find a profit target for one? We're well past the PNF targets on one. So if you were buying the accumulation zone on Harmony, we're well past the PNF targets. And that's the thing. There's a difference between having a point and figure target and knowing where the top is. They're completely different things. You know, the PNF target is a way for you to kind of determine realistic, achievable, and profitable price targets for you to either take profits, move your stop loss, or take out your initial investment. Or it's a point at which you are supposed to implement your strategy. Your strategy, you know, so many people buy and they don't have a strategy. It's so important. You have to have a strategy. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna hold one for fucking 10 years? I don't think so, man. That's a bad strategy. You want to accumulate the strongest asset that's ever existed in this world, and that's Bitcoin. A lot of people don't agree with that, but you'll learn. You need to diversify. You want to be in the high market cap, safe stuff, and then you want to take risks in the small stuff. When you take a risk in the small stuff, how are you going to eliminate that risk? Manage risk. Manage risk. Okay, so if you're in a small cap thing, what was your strategy? If you want to hold a position in that, that's fine. But your final position is going to be where your final take profit is. And at your final position, you will, at a minimum, have removed your initial capital. What's up, new 510? Finally caught me live. Beauty. Yeah, I do a lot more on Twitch. So if you guys want to go to Twitch and follow me over there, all of the bonus streams, any bonus stream is going to be Twitch exclusive. The streaming is just so much cleaner there. I don't know what's up with YouTube, but when I stream to YouTube, it's just clunky and gross. When I stream to Twitch, it's clean. It's nice. I would prefer it if I could only stream on Twitch, but I got 2,000 followers on here and on YouTube, and I got 200 followers on Twitch. So I would prefer you guys go and follow me on Twitch. Yeah, let's take a look at CRV. And then I got to get out of here in about a half hour, less than a half hour, to 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and then those who are in VIP, we will be doing the virtual classroom. So get ready, get your charts ready, get prepared for the virtual classroom. Looks like we're developing a little bit of a cup and handle. There are interesting supply characteristics that need to be taken into consideration with Curve. So do your own research on how the tokenomics of this coin work and make a decision on that, on how you want to position yourselves and how you want to kind of implement a strategy with this coin. There are many things to kind of take into consideration on how long you'll be holding a coin long term. So with Curve, I don't think it's a good coin to hold long term, but we have a pretty darn bullish setup here. We have a pretty darn bullish setup. We were charting, we were given the call out on Curve right here. You were in VIP, we gave you the call right here, and you're up 391% if you waited. You had a long time. The call took a long time, and we went for lower levels. That's the thing. Time is so hard to quantify. It's so hard to quantify. You had to wait 36 days before the good green bar that we had on that call out. But you know, it's about the swings. It's about the swings. There's very crazy asymmetry to the upside. So you got to hold the swings. Don't try and be a day trader. Especially if you're new, don't try and be a day trader. Everybody makes day trading sound so sexy. Nothing sexy about losing all your money. Be responsible. We're in an emerging asset class. So we're developing a trading range as a backup, and this is kind of taking the form of a cup and handle. So, oh, nice ones. Nice one, successful. Beauty. When do you sell back into BTC? Okay, I'll catch up with the chat. Got a lot on the stream today. Cool. So you know, this is kind of the breakout of the Wyckoff accumulation, and we've come down and sat on support beautifully, but for the cup and handle we have an area of resistance as well, so we want to identify that resistance. I'm actually going to bring the resistance down to this level. So we kind of got a little bit oversold on the cup and handle. I think that the real breakout is here. So we're underneath resistance right now. Do we reject down to lower levels? We will have to see. But it's not out of the cards. You know, we're kind of developing a trading range here, so this could take another month before this setup actually works out. But if you can get a break above this level, that will be a solid confirmation. So if you just wanted to set this one and forget it, just, you know, draw a horizontal ray right there and set an alarm. Set an alarm there, set it and forget it. When your alarm goes off, you know that we're healthy again, and you can take a spot position, not a leveraged position. You don't need leverage right now. Leverage is when you're range bound. We are in a bull market. But the gains, I need the gains. Okay, do you always sell your trades for BTC? Yes. Sometimes Tether. You know, I'm a swing trader. I play the longer swings. I get in my ability to hold is based on market cap and how big the position is. So if I'm in a large market cap coin, we'll just say, you know, Neo. You know, Neo's it's a mid cap, right? I'm gonna put a large position there. Not playing with little money here. You know, I'm playing with a large position, and I'm going to allow it to develop. I'm going to allow that position to develop, and sometimes it takes months. You know, and that's just the name of the game. That's like how it works. If I'm in a small cap play, I'm going to play it tight. I'm going to play it aggressive. I'm going to move my stop loss quickly. I'm going to take profits quickly. You know, these small caps, they'll double easily. You know, when it doubles, take your money out. Then let it ride, let it do its thing for the rest of the bull market. And then when we start to get into some crazy, you know, price discovery mode and everybody's talking about how they're going to make it with crypto, then start to consolidate your positions. Because if you're way too spread out and you have like 30 positions, my God, you need to consolidate down to something that's easy to execute upon. When we get closer to the end, you should only be in like 2 or 3 trades, one of which is Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's going to be your hedging coin. Yeah, just there's many strategies that need to be taken into consideration. But if you are spread thin at the end, good luck trying to consolidate that in a panic. If we get to the market top and there's the huge retracement and everybody's panicking and everybody's heading for the exit and liquidity is draining and DeFi projects are failing, good luck. Consolidate. Have I heard about Verox? No. Maybe we'll take a look, but let's take a look at yeah, only Bowen's allowed to have 60 positions. He's the only one in the group. Bowen, I give you my wholehearted permission to have 30 to 60 positions. Pare it down. I know you have 80. Okay, so let's take a look at YFI. What is this? Is this it on YFI? I guess so. Yeah, we're much more range bound than I thought. You know, this is a very sloppy cup and handle. They're hard to spot when they're sloppy, but basically what you're trying to identify is a macro resistance. We've got a macro resistance here, okay? And we've come up against it several times. We got overbought, overzealous, got rejected, came up to it again, got rejected again. So we're just waiting for a breakout. Just draw a line, set an alarm, set it, forget it, come back later. Yeah, it's making higher highs and higher lows. No, I farm YFI. I don't know, working. Yeah, we love you, Bowen. We only tease. We love you. Okay. Verox. Yeah, let's take a look at GRT. I'll take a look at Verox. Why not? Never heard of it. Let's see. Okay. Oh, we got another small cap. So be prepared for volatility. If you can't stomach watching this go to $500, hell, if you can't stomach watching this go to $200, stay away. You know, if you want the upside, you have to be able to stomach the downside. Market cap 22 million. You know, I don't like copycats. I can tell you right now, when I pull this up, it's going to be a copycat. When DeFi meets artificial intelligence, be careful, guys. Fuck, it's buzzwords. You know, DeFi, AI, this, that. Like, watch out for buzzwords. I have zero trust for this right off the bat. You know, I don't give a flying hoot about this. Look at this flash, this innovation and production. You know, the next big thing in crypto. Human expertise meets artificial intelligence. Do you guys know that artificial intelligence doesn't exist yet? It doesn't exist. It's being worked on. We don't have machine learning. It's being worked on. So like, where would we be putting all this data, and why would we need to put it on a blockchain? Do you know how private that information is going to be? You know how much money people are going to make off of AI? You think they're just going to put that on the internet? Decentralized on the blockchain? No. Be careful. AI is always, it just always feels slimy. I'm never going to tell you what to do, Crypto Raffle. Never gonna tell anybody what to do with their investments. I can only tell you my opinion. I don't, you know, it's just my opinion. I'm just some guy on the internet. Cartoon bear, man. Don't get your financial advice from a cartoon bear. You should know better. I've been out of work since the 60s. Jungle Book was a big thing, but I'm done. GRT. Guess it wasn't the 60s, whenever Jungle Book was. Yeah, so we're waiting for a jump across the creek on this one. It's a little messy here. Got a lot going on. Let's just start over. It's forming support, okay? But there's still downside. That's what I don't like about GRT. I like the Bitcoin pair a lot better because it's more bullish. It's the only reason. And even then, it's not, it's GRT's grinding down, guys. It's grinding down. Definitely could have taken profits on this one. I don't do many triangles, but sometimes I do. You know, you pick your poison, you pick your time. I don't give a lot of validity to it, but you know, we're wedging. We're creating a wedge formation. So I don't know, you could buy down here at support right around 2600 Satoshis, and that would be an area of support that's in confluence with the breakout area, so you could potentially take a position there. But a lot of people FOMO'd in up here and they've just been grinding down, you know. So it's again, this is another one that my group got you in early. We got you in at 90 cents. We're still in profit. We're just waiting this one out. I think that was the first extension. This is the first real move. This is the first sign of strength, and we're getting ready for price appreciation. It's just, it's a grind. It's a grind. We've been grinding here for a while. How long have we been going now? Yeah, 38 days. Most retail can't handle that. You know, you're watching everything pop up and you're holding a bag for over a month. As soon as you sell it, it'll pump. Gravy Train, gonna post a link. Hopefully it won't ban me. If it does, I'll be lurking till I'm allowed back. Oh, he's got lips. Currently, we're in a downtrend. You know, we're making local lower lows and local lower highs. We're finding support. The last support we were building failed. We're working on another level of support. So there's nothing that says that this thing's ready to go. But you know, we're getting a tightening spread on lower volume. You know, there's less activity. You know, there's less weak hands. You know, the weak hands can't hold an asset up. The more it's like a ratio. If you have like half weak hands, half strong hands, you know, it actually doesn't even work like that. You have to have more than half strong hands, and less than half weak hands. The price goes up. When that ratio skews to the other side and you have weak hands holding it, they just bail. You know, anytime it goes up a little bit, they just exit the position. You need to get rid of all of them. When they're gone, then we can talk. We have no participation from institutions, no participation from whales. We are just grinding down until they feel that they are ready to make a move. Mark Cuban invested, I heard. Well, I heard he didn't. Hola. UOS. Yeah, so press Mountain Dew Camacho. I think that's what your handle is. He's wondering if I could tell him what it generally means when a coin is progressively has higher lows along with lower highs. It's called a squeeze. Easiest definition, and that's what we're seeing here. You know, well, this is a lower low squeeze. So what you're referring to is, you know, you have an asset. It's had its extension. It made a low. It made a lower high, made a higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high. You know, people call them symmetrical triangles. It's just a squeeze, you know, and it's trying to find the equilibrium. What is the fair market price? Once we reach an equilibrium, it's then the market's turn to decide the direction. Do we head up or do we head down? Typically, these kind of symmetrical squeezes continue with the trend. We're in a bull market, the trend is up, so the bias would be that a squeeze will conclude to the upside. But yeah, it's just, you know, because the bulls are defending higher lows and the bears are selling lower highs. So it's just it's an area of equilibrium that we need to work out. I got 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, and then we're going to the virtual classroom. Not anybody in VIP, get ready for the virtual class. Okay, UOS. Sure, why not? Is it even on TradingView? UOS dollar. What is this? Hey, we got a nice demand signature here. I like that. Okay. We have something here. We have something. We have something that's gone up quite a bit. It's a risky one. It's a risky one. Yeah, you know, we've left the accumulation. You should have bought here. Wyckoff would have told you to buy here. And we've had a price extension from the buy signal of 176%. So we need to, you know, it's not a huge extension by crypto standards, but taking a position is high risk. Let's go down to the 4 hour, see what we can see. So pretty non-committal price action. I think you actually have time on this one. So we have a preliminary supply right here. Just it just puked over, bleh, just rounded over. So we have a distribution right here. This could be good. I think you might have time on this one. How long it takes, I don't know. But you know, we came down, went back up. What is this? What is this? UOS. Ultra. I'll do a little bit of fundamentals for the time we have remaining. New era for gamers. Okay, is this NFT stuff? Embrace blockchain technology. I don't know. Is it freaking NFTs? I'm so over it, guys. NFTs are just not where they need to be. They're not art pieces. I do agree that there's a much more applicable use case in the gaming world when we're trading digital assets that can be used for games. But the whole art scene for NFTs is just ridiculous. Gaming token. So, you know, a lot of this stuff is ahead of its time. You can definitely take a probe position in this one. I don't see the technical setup just yet. If anything, it looks like it wants to head to lower levels. Yeah, I think wait and see if we can break through the next high. Like if we can, you know, just set an alarm here, set an alarm on this ray. If we can break through this high, come back and analyze and see what's happening. See if it's a true breakout. See if it's you know, it doesn't have the momentum. Look for bearish divergence to take a position, that kind of stuff. And then yeah, real quick, we will just lightly touch on BTC for the latecomers. Bitcoin has the potential for downside, but I'm still, you know, I haven't done anything new here. You know, I have my bullish target up at around $74,000, and I'm just allowing this to consolidate. We do have a local area of support right here, and we're threatening to break it. You know, the price structure is pretty non-committal, and it's just we don't have the bullish follow through. It's pretty simple. You know, when things are just not, the momentum's gone, it often means we need a reset, and the reset often comes in the form of fear. Fear shakes out the weak traders. Everybody who is in a leveraged contract that's over 3x, they will be liquidated. The liquidation will add liquidity to the space, you know, and that's just kind of the cycle. So we do have both the potential for upside because we are still making higher lows, but there's room to the downside, and it's kind of a tricky situation. Like it's not a clear answer. You just need to be prepared for both outcomes. So I'm currently in a long-term Bitcoin position, very long-term Bitcoin position that I honestly don't really mess with at all. And so I'm not worried. If there's downside, if anything, I'll be buying more. That's just where I'm at right now. So it's just in the middle of the channel. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I wish I had a more definitive answer for you. The only thing that I know is the only thing that I am bullish on is the higher targets, because I don't think from an on-chain perspective and from a macro perspective, this bull run is not concluded. And I am anticipating, based on where I think we are in the cycle, that higher targets are realistic and achievable. So I'm not worried. Yeah, I've seen the weekly divergence. I don't care. You know, it's just I don't care about it. YouTubers just love to scare people. I won't scare you. I'll try not to scare you. Sometimes I got to get in on clickbait. But what is a divergence? You know, like what is the RSI? Do you even know what the RSI is? High, low, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low being printed tentatively. So do we head for a higher high before we get our blow off? Like, we don't know. I'm not worried. It's just the move down. Is it a bearish divergence? Yeah, technically, but you shouldn't be looking for bearish indicators in an uptrend. You should just be looking for confirmation of a continuation of the trend. When retail comes in, all of your models will break. Nothing will matter. You know, that is the definition of the mania phase. Everybody will just buy it, and the RSI will be really, really overbought. And it will remain overbought with bearish divergences, and it'll just keep going. You know, you can't place too much value on that, especially if you're long. If you are long BTC, if you are trading the cycle, you know, I'm not worried about a bearish divergence here, especially because we can just invalidate the divergence. You know, if we start pumping, oh, divergence invalidated. Yeah, we would be at a very high level. I'm not saying that we'll get to 110, but you know, it's pretty easy to invalidate the divergence with a pump. Yeah, last time it happened was 2017. So yeah, you're watching all the YouTube videos and you're getting scared. However you handle your fear is entirely up to you. Markets rhyme. They don't always, you know, we look for clues, but the bias is up. The bias is up. We need to maintain a bullish bias until the trend is broken. The trend has not been broken. We're making higher highs and making higher lows. I don't care what the RSI is doing. It's just noise. It's just a distraction. I'm not building any trading plan around the RSI. If you're day trading this, I think you're wasting your time. And watch the spam, man. I don't need like 20 comments from you. Okay. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get into the virtual classroom. I'm always late for the virtual classroom because I want to stay with you guys. But anyways, thank you all for joining in to the stream today. I appreciate you coming in. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're following on Twitch, leave me a follow. And I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if that kind of works for you, then we'll see you next time. And until then, trade safe. It's a jungle out there. Peace.